How can countries improve their national education policies? For world education, it all comes down to the policy study. A policy study analyzes and evaluates a specific public policy issue. Researchers design appropriate methodology and collect relevant data on behalf of their country's Ministry of Education. They then use their findings to recommend how a policy could better achieve its goals. In Jordan, World Education and the National Center for Human Resource Development, or NCHRD, collaborated under the Monitoring and Evaluation Partnership Project, funded by USAID. The project demonstrated how policy studies have the potential to impact policymakers and create real change. World Education's policy study process guides researchers through 7 steps to assess an education policy. Step 1. Conceptualize the policy issue. Education stakeholders at the ministry level determine a policy issue, and researchers further define policy inquiries for the study. The process helps conceptualize policy needs, challenges, effects, and context to be investigated. Stakeholders are always involved. Step 2. Design the research and policy evaluation. Researchers outline the study's objective and the real questions they need to answer. They make hypotheses based on their current knowledge of the situation. They also determine the scope of work and decide the sample target and size. Step 3. Determine data sources. Is there existing data to use, or will researchers have to collect new data? They determine what systems they'll use to manage information, or how they'll design an instrument to collect new data. Step 4. Conduct fieldwork. Researchers decide who will collect the data and where. They also appoint someone to manage the process and consider what training the enumerators might need to obtain the best quality data. Step 5. Analyze data. Researchers apply statistical techniques to produce data evidence that could be used for policy-relevant inquiries. Step 6. Present and report findings. Researchers focus on the results that are relevant for policy development, like policy options and recommendations. Once the study is complete, researchers publish their findings and present them to Ministry of Education stakeholders through policy briefs and reports. Finally, researchers, Step 7, disseminate the policy study results and engage in a process of developing policy improvement action plans. World Education may provide technical training and coaching to researchers and ministry staff based on their needs during each step of the policy study process. This 7-step process encourages researchers to consider all of the factors necessary to produce a quality policy study and to maximize its greatest potential for use in policy development. World Education's policy study process, implemented in Jordan and other countries, is truly a catalyst for improving communications and collaboration between policy researchers and ministries of education. Any country can easily adapt measures to improve analysis skills and engage ministries around a policy issue. Ultimately, each policy study outcome goes directly to educational stakeholders who have the power to change their country's education agenda for the better. And when an education policy is improved, more learners all over the country have a greater chance at gaining the knowledge that they need to succeed.